everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson and welcome to the April edition of Healthy RC Living. Well, as always, we start off our show with the First 5 series. And this month, we're going to talk about a special program the city has for kids diagnosed on the autism spectrum disorder. There you go.
We all know the benefits of exercise and good nutrition, but for families living with children with autism, those benefits can be even more profound.
Go. Catch. Awesome job. Again. Up.
But getting kids with autism to get exercise in some of the traditional ways, like a PE class at school or organized sports, can be a challenge.
A lot of children with autism, exercising and being around other kids is not their favorite thing to do.
Autism and autism spectrum disorder affects some 2 million individuals in the United States alone, and oftentimes those symptoms first appear when a child is just 2 or 3 years old. And while each case of autism is different, typically those with autism disorders have trouble communicating and interacting with peers and family members. They also may have some physical limitations that make being active more difficult, and many have a tough time sleeping. And that can make it especially tough on loved ones who care for autistic children.
You never know what's coming.
A lot of it is communication and helping them to understand what you mean and how to respond appropriately.
I think you start learning to just expect the unexpected, and when good things happen, you really get excited about it.
Push. Got it. Good job. 2 more.
And good things are happening here in Rancho. In an effort to help those diagnosed with autism and autism spectrum disorder, the city recently gave a $1,000 grant to trainer Melissa Mata, owner of Perfection Fitness, to come up with a special fitness program specifically designed for children and young adults living with autism.
What I wanted to do was just find a way to get these kids to move more, exercise more, and be a little healthier. Most kids living on the autism spectrum don't get a lot of that physical movement. And so we've created a really cool program so these kids can start moving.
The program is called the Unique Fit Club and was developed by Melissa, who herself is the mother of a child living with autism.
My experience with exercise in the fitness industry and as a mother with a child with autism, the program really is special. The facilitators have all been trained by myself. They're all certified personal trainers, and they see how to get the children to come in, feel comfortable, have the lights low, the music off, all the sensory things that make a big difference for these kids to want to come in and exercise.
For parent Linda Friedman, finding a place where her son Sam could be active was tough until a friend told her about the Unique Fit Club.
Sam is 12 and severely autistic and overweight and looking for something that he really enjoys to do. We put him in sports and he doesn't understand why you kick the ball. It doesn't make sense to him. We came here and he likes the resistance that he gets. Oddly enough, the Jacob's Ladder is his favorite. It's one of the hardest things here, and he has found a home here.
Already, Linda says her son is sleeping better on nights he comes to class. And 19-year-old Matthew Wicki has been coming to Unique Fit Club from the beginning. What do you like best doing here?
Getting stronger.
Already he's lost some weight, and his grandmother says it's helping him as he takes classes to transition to independent living.
The teacher has mentioned that a lot of times kids like Matthew tire out fast because they don't have any upper body strength. And so this helps a lot.
The Unique Fit Club really is unique. These types of programs are not real common, so families who have children with autism are very appreciative.
When programs like this come up, you don't take it for granted. It means a lot to come here and see my son be successful.
And with just limited funding so far, Melissa hopes the program can continue.
My hope, as well as the families, is to be able to have a program like this with the city, possibly offered at the community center, to where the kids can go in and again have that safe, comfortable environment with exercise options that are going to benefit their overall health.
For more information about the Unique Fit Club, you can call Perfection Fitness at 909-477-3000. In the meantime, parents like Linda Friedman are just happy for the class and how it's helping her son.
He is shining. Yeah, my son has found a good spot to be.
From Perfection Fitness, I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
And now David Wiley shows us how a new mini grant is helping the youth program kick butts.
Members of the Rancho Cucamonga Youth Leaders Program are working to get the word out to young people about the dangers of smoking and other tobacco products. Their latest campaign is thanks to a $250 grant.
So our students recently received a grant from the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Youth, and it's just in support of doing anti-smoking campaigns across the country with youth groups. And so our youth decided what they wanted to do is actually create a poster board showing what the tobacco companies advertise and the messages that they may send to youth, and then what is actually the real consequences of smoking, and to show the difference between the two.
Hollywood and the music industry has long glamorized smoking, and despite the proven health dangers, kids can still be among the most vulnerable to the images put forward by the entertainment and advertising world.
The people who make these advertisements really know what they're doing and how they can catch people's attention, and it just portrays like sort of a positive effect, but in reality it's actually a really bad thing.
With that in mind, the Youth Leaders Group created an educational campaign designed for tweens and teenagers.
This particular campaign, we're trying to target middle school students, so we're trying to show really like the images that they're shown every day, like hip-hop stars that actually smoke, and they make it seem really glamorous, and we're trying to show it's that in the end results, it's really not that glamorous.
We're creating a flip board, somewhat like a book. The left side is the glamorous side of advertising behind cigarettes, and the right side is reality, you know, kind of like the hard truth.
And the hard truth is, young people are smoking. Government statistics show that about 23% of teens smoke or use other types of tobacco products. And the negative influences can start with glamorous ads or popular entertainers.
Well, ads for girls specifically, I think they influence you because they're in magazines, they're in books and everything. So I definitely feel like these ads influence girls, but with guys, I think it's more in music, celebrities. I definitely do believe that pop culture and these ads have a great influence on cigarette smoking.
The grant from the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids is part of an annual nationwide effort to keep our kids away from cigarettes. It was marked this March with the 19th annual Kick Butts Day.
Kick Butts Day is basically just a day where we kind of celebrate and promote cigarette awareness and really just showcase the realities of cigarettes and what they can do.
It's to help teens become aware of the negative effects of cigarette smoking.
And as part of Kick Butts Day, the youth leaders took their display to Alta Loma Junior High.
And speak with some of the middle school children about their, view of smoking and serve as role models for the youth.
And in the end, the hope is that peer-created campaigns like this one will influence kids to make healthy choices by staying away from cigarettes.
I just want to remind people that no, you could stand up and say no. This isn't something that's bound to happen to you. I want them to take the reality and the truth and look it straight in the face and say, I won't do, I don't want to smoke cigarettes, and I won't listen to these ads, because these ads are really just, it's kind of horrific. I mean, they make it seem so glamorous.
From Rancho Cucamonga City Hall, I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
Well, every 15 minutes, a life is lost due to drinking, driving, or texting and driving. One local high school is trying to put that into real-life perspectives. Here's Gabrielle Daddario.
Do you understand how important the choices you make are and how they can not only affect yourself, but your friends and your family? Do you have teenagers or tweens and you're wondering how you can get a message across as important as not drinking and driving? Well, if you're a parent in Rancho Cucamonga, you might have just had a lot of help from a program called Every 15 Minutes. Every 15 Minutes is a program that offers real-life experiences without the real-life risks. Events are designed to dramatically instill teenagers with the potentially dangerous consequences of drinking alcohol and texting while driving. Our local high school recently paired with the program for an in-school demonstration, and this is what parents are saying.
I just want to say, being the parent of obviously a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old, I'm one of the parents that have these conversations with my kids. I've been having it with them since they were knee-high to the ground about the choices they make and the impact they have. But I just think it's so important that people know that the pressure is so hard on our kids, and to have the backing of our city and have the backing of our high school to take this and to make this such an important part of the lessons they're teaching our kids, to me is invaluable. So I'm really appreciative of the program. I don't have a student that drinks and drives, but to me it was more impactful given her life circumstances, that she can see that even though this isn't something she does, one choice can change everything in her entire life and in her entire family. So I just would like to say that the impact is insurmountable, something that you can't imagine until you've had the opportunity to go through it, and I'm just appreciative of the opportunity.
Deborah's daughter Hannah was one of the students pulled from class who had to listen to her obituary being read.
Made me think about what it could be like.
How the program works is a Grim Reaper appears in a random classroom to remove an unknowing student. A police officer appears next to read the tragic situation and the dead student's obituary written by parents.
I had to write a goodbye letter to my daughter, which was probably the most difficult thing I have ever done in my entire life. What a tremendous learning experience, and thank God it was just pretend. It's almost like a second chance.
Knowing that it wasn't real, but the emotions that it tore up in me were unbelievable. That was difficult. Writing the farewell letter was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. I just felt like, how do I put everything into words that I have felt for all these 17 years? Even though I knew that she was only going to be gone for a day and she was going to be back in my arms, it was... It felt so real, and it had such an impact on me as a mom, on what I want to teach her and continue to teach her, and just how important it is to have those daily conversations with your kids.
The students will reappear wearing face paint, a coroner's tag, and a shirt that reads every 15 minutes. And for the rest of the day, the students cannot speak or interact with their peers. After lunch, a local coroner, firefighters, and paramedics will help create a pretend traffic collision at the school. Participating living dead students are transported at the end of the day to an overnight student retreat which replicates the separation from family and friends.
Every 15 minutes, someone in the United States dies in an alcohol-related traffic collision, and today I died. It weighs heavy on my heart, knowing that one stupid mistake affects not only my life, but yours, my family's, and my friends as well.
The powerful program challenges students to really think about drinking, texting while driving, personal safety, and the responsibility of making mature decisions when lives are involved.
That's it, guys. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point.
To learn more about the Every 15 Minutes program and to view some of the shocking statistics, just visit every15minutes.com. For Healthy RC Living, I'm Gabrielle D'Addario.
In just 6 years, Rancho Cucamonga has built a multifaceted Healthy Cities program that has engaged all city departments, major community agencies, and residents in creating healthy minds, healthy bodies, and a healthy earth. Since 2008, when the City Council launched the initiative, Healthy RC has taken a comprehensive, integrated approach to improve the community's health and inspire a healthy lifestyle. Rancho Cucamonga is one of the few communities statewide to incorporate health and sustainability as an overarching theme throughout our general plan, and has established a permanent link for a dialogue on health. From policies that make the healthy choice the easy choice to programs that provide knowledge and skills for a healthy lifestyle, Healthy RC is empowering our community to be the healthiest it can be. And it's working. Healthy RC is now a recognized brand in the community.
What makes Healthy RC so special, I feel, is they cover everyone, from little children to teens to adolescents to children with special needs to our seniors, and you could just find something for everybody, and I think that's what makes it really special.
We are working hand in hand with the community to shape our environments to improve health. Major efforts include policies such as our Complete Streets, named one of the top 10 in the U.S. by the National Complete Streets Coalition, that improves the quality of life in Rancho Cucamonga by creating streets with all modes of transportation in mind, so people of all ages and abilities can travel easily and safely through the city. Our Farmers Markets policy that encourages farmers markets throughout the city and reduces associated fees. And our Healthy Nutrition and Beverage Standards policy that requires 50% of items, such as snacks and beverages, at all city facilities meet state and federal health standards. Other policies include our community gardens, smoke-free RC, and lactation accommodation. We've also developed comprehensive programs that are improving the health of our residents and making it easier to make the healthy choice the easy choice. Programs such as our Healthy RC Dining Program, in which local restaurants work with registered dietitians from San Antonio Community Hospital to identify existing healthy menu items and develop new healthy dishes, all while encouraging healthy eating at our local restaurants. We're also enhancing the health and well-being of our children by creating opportunities for students to safely and conveniently walk and bike to school through our Safe Routes to School program, or SRTS. Currently, 14 schools throughout the city are taking part in the SRTS program, which brings together parents, community members, students, teachers, school officials, city staff, and public safety officers to identify and address potential safety issues and strategize ways to encourage students to become more physically active. And educators say the benefits of the program can be seen both in and out of the classroom.
Since we've implemented the Safe Routes to School program, one of the things that we've seen is our attendance increase. We used to hover around the 96.5% positive attendance, and over the last 4 years we've watched that steadily increase, some of which I do attribute that to the Safe Routes to School program, and now we're hovering around almost 98% positive attendance. The other benefit that we've seen from implementing a Safe Routes to School program is the decreased traffic. We have more walkers coming to school. Parents feel more safe in allowing their students to walk to school.
Community engagement is the soul of Healthy RC and is the key to its success. Residents and other community members have been involved in every aspect of developing and implementing Healthy RC policies and programs. The Healthy RC Partnership, comprised of dedicated residents, community organizations, and public and private entities, work together to make Rancho Cucamonga the healthiest it can be. The partnership has evolved over the last 6 years from a small group of agencies to a broad community partnership with over 75 members. Two programs in particular, Community Champions and the Healthy RC Youth Leaders, have focused on empowering groups who are traditionally underrepresented in community health initiatives. The Campeones para Comunidad, or Community Champions, empowers Latino residents to identify community and neighborhood needs and engages them in the policy-making process and in the Healthy RC governance structure.
Community Champions is a part of Healthy RC, and it was formed to try to educate and inform mainly the Latin community of Rancho Cucamonga about giving a voice through us to see what kind of needs, special needs that they have.
The other program, the Healthy RC Youth Leaders, equips youth with the skills they need to meaningfully participate in the policy-making process and build their capacity to change their environments to promote health. This program also provides youth with professional development skills, such as public speaking, learning the policy process, community empowerment, and working with decision makers.
I did volunteer work for years in high school, but this is only the true group where I felt that I could truly make a difference in my city and that I could actually work hands-on, and I really love that about the group. Not too long ago, I presented at a National Childhood Obesity Conference, and that was just really eye-opening because I got to meet with other cities that were doing similar work, but then I also got to voice some of the things that I was doing in my own city, and it was just really interesting to see how a lot of people really look up to Rancho and what we're doing in Rancho. So that just really shows that Rancho should really continue what it's doing for health, especially for youth.
There's no doubt Healthy RC has accomplished much in the last 6 years, and that has not gone unnoticed. The Healthy RC initiative has received local, state, and national recognition for its leadership in the Healthy Cities and Communities movement. In 2013, Rancho Cucamonga was invited to the White House to be recognized by the First Lady for its work to improve community health, and was named #1 in the nation among participating cities in the Let's Move campaign led by First Lady Michelle Obama. In February of 2014, Healthy RC was featured for a second time on First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move blog, and the Urban Land Institute recognized Rancho as Best of the Best with a Sustainable Community Development Award. And Healthy RC has leveraged support and millions of dollars from many diverse sources to sustain the initiative, including federal, state, local, and private funds. There's no doubt that Healthy RC has had many successes over its first 6 years, but there's still much to be done. Once again, Healthy RC is turning to the community and its partners to help create the healthiest community in the nation.
Well, the city of Rancho Cucamonga's police department is getting some help thanks to 2 very special recruits. Here's David Wiley.
We have 2 brand new sheriff's deputies here in Rancho Cucamonga. It's Deja and Dare.
That's right, these 2 beautiful bloodhounds are now part of our local police department. But they're more than just a couple of pretty faces. When it comes to finding people, whether a good guy who's lost or a bad guy on the run, you can count on Deja and Dare. The Bloodhound sisters joined the local police force in mid-October. Their journey to Rancho Cucamonga came after deputies Ryan Gerard and Mike Mason recognized a need for a canine unit in the city.
I've been in the city of Rancho Cucamonga since 2006, and throughout the years, on several different occasions, whether it be looking for critical missing children or critical missing adults, along with suspects that flee from us, the resources that are utilized to set up a perimeter and find a bad guy that's run from us costs a lot of money, a lot of manpower. By having a dog that we've used from outside of our county that's come in, the same type, the Bloodhound, has come in and found a person within 20 minutes. It makes sense. Why not have a dog that can eliminate the manpower and the staffing and find the person quicker?
So the deputies did research for about a year before presenting their plan to the sheriff's department and the city for the dogs, specifically bloodhounds.
Bloodhounds are specific in tracking or trailing of people. They are given a scent article, which is something that has our scent on it or the person that we're looking for scent. We give them that scent, and it's scent specific to the person they're looking for, and the dog will actually eliminate every other scent and find that person's scent and take us to where that person is lost or hiding.
Both the city and the sheriff's department enthusiastically embraced the plans, and the bloodhounds were purchased. But before coming to Rancho Cucamonga, Deja and Dare had to undergo extensive training in Vancouver, Washington, and at a special school in South Carolina. There, the deputies joined the dogs in a comprehensive boot camp.
These dogs are a little over 2 years old. They've been in training for 2 years. Mike and I, my partner, Mike Mason, I went back for 2 weeks and trained with these dogs specifically. From sunup to sundown, the dogs were ours.
And when on duty here in Rancho Cucamonga, each dog is equipped with a custom-made vest that carries GPS tracking devices and state-of-the-art remote video equipment. This will give the deputies not only a video image of the tracking event, but allow them to precisely map the coordinates of the search. And already Deja and Dare have been successful in finding bad guys, including a guy police saw breaking into a car.
While they were conducting surveillance, they actually observed a male break into the rear of a Suburban and start removing the third row seats. Upon removing the third row seats, he set them down and fled on foot. I brought in Deja and I sent her off the third row seat where the male had touched. And within about 6 minutes, she found the male hiding in some bushes.
Just a couple of days after Deja got her find with the third row seat burglar, Dare was deployed on a robbery that had taken place at a gas station at Milliken and Baseline. We scented Dare off an item that the subject left at the scene, which was actually a bag of candy. And Dare tracked about a quarter mile and found the person hiding in a green belt, and the person gave up.
And that's just the beginning for Deja and Dare, with many more success stories to come.
I have to thank the City Council and John Gillison for approving this program. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. And we appreciate it, and this has been a lifelong dream of Mike and I to be canine handlers.
So with the help of Deja and Dare, Rancho Cucamonga a little bit safer these days. From Central Park, I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
It's not every day you get to help name a character in a novel, but for one lucky bidder at a charity auction held at the Cigar Lounge in Glendora, she not only got to choose the name, but used the opportunity to honor someone important to her.
I was attending a charity auction that was benefiting the Rancho Cucamonga Community and Arts Foundation, and one of the items that was available for bidding was to name a character in a future Robert Tannenbaum book. I knew right at that moment that that was the gift for Grandpa Martindale. It was something that I just really pushed for, and I was very excited when I won.
Robert Tannenbaum is a well-known author who's reached the New York Times best-selling list. He's also one of our country's most respected trial lawyers who's never lost a felony case. Perhaps his legal expertise is what has helped him create such interesting novels.
I write these books because I believe in uplifting the notion of what we should expect from people in the government, and that we don't want people who are just there to further their own career or add to their own resume. We want people, bottom line, in my judgment, who are successful to add to the dignity of the office they hold. And if they can do that, even though we may disagree with certain parts of their agenda, if they can enhance the dignity of the office, then we have an understanding of how we can enhance the dignity of the roles we play in our private lives. And that's the reason why I do these books.
Tragic is Tannenbaum's latest page-turning thriller, which is packed with ingenious twists, diabolical turns, and shocking revelations.
Well, Tragic is about when you have unbridled ambition and weak character. When you're in official capacity, generally that works out to be a tragic situation because the individual is primarily concerned about himself and not about the job, and to do the job with dignity and with integrity. So what Tragic really is about a union, a corrupt union president who winds up ordering the murder of a populist, honest reformer. And T.J. Martindale is one of those union reformers who wants to make sure that the union is run properly.
T.J. Martindale is the character name that auction winner Francie Palmer chose. T.J. is better known to Francie as her former father-in-law, Tom Martindale. Mr. Tannenbaum had a rare opportunity to meet Mr. Martindale at a book signing.
This is very unique to meet actually one of the honorees, and it's something that is very, very rare that happens, but I hope it changes because it's as I say, it's very gratifying to me to be able to help the charity and at the same time meet the people who are involved, who themselves are very generous and wonderful people. It's a fun thing to do, to have people get involved actually in a novel. So it's very gratifying to me and satisfying. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
He's a very interesting and impressive personality. It's always nice to meet an author and talk with them. And first time in my life I've been named in a book.
Tannenbaum is involved with numerous charities where he donates a character in an upcoming piece of work. To learn more about Tragic or other novels by Tannenbaum, just check out his website, roberttannenbaumbooks.com.
Well, that wraps up the April edition of Healthy RC Living. If you missed any part of our show, you can go to our website, healthyrc.info. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.